Welcome to your recovery video. Recovery is super important. We all know we need to work out hard, but you also need to recover hard so that you can hit your workouts with intensity and just reduce soreness. Plus, I just feel so good after a solid recovery session. So let's get into it. We're just gonna start out with a little bit of moving so that you guys can get your blood flowing and just get ready for this recovery session. So we're just gonna start with high knees and go. So you can either march in place, or if you want, you can run in place. You can just do a nice little jog. Either way, I mainly just want a little bit of moving. You can start out with some marching and then work your way into that jogging or high knees. Like I said, I just want to get some blood flowing, especially if you're doing this session right after sitting for a long period of time. It's good to move. You can do some knees in front. You can even kick some butt. Whatever feels most natural to you. I just want you, like I said, moving. You can give me a jog. If you want, you can get those high knees. We're doing a minute of each movement today. So we're starting out, like I said, with this jog, high knees, marching, whatever you feel. You can do some high knees. You can do some kick your butt. Just get that heart rate up. Get that blood flowing through your body. Get some movement in before we get into some good recovery. So we got 3, 2, 1. Now we're doing a standing forward fold. So just standing, just reaching toward those toes and relaxing, breathing. You'll feel a nice stretch on the back side of your thigh. You'll probably feel some lower back. You might even feel some calf in there as well. You can kind of go from side to side if you want as well. Breathe in and breathe out and let yourself just sink into your legs. You can even put your arms over your head. Sometimes this is nice. Give those shoulders a stretch, those biceps. Just relax. You can fall out of it and just let yourself lean forward. About 5 seconds, then we're going into our kneeling hip flexor stretch on your right side. So I'm gonna put that right knee behind me and just get in that nice hip flexor stretch. Feel a stretch, right there, especially for us that sit a lot, or if you're a runner, or even just doing, all these intense workouts. Gotta stretch those hip flexors. You can either hold on to your knee, or you can hold on to a chair or a couch or whatever you have available to help you balance. Just let yourself sink into that stretch. Breathe in, breathe out. Just relaxing. You should feel it right there in that stretch, in that hip flexor. Sometimes people put their hand on the ground as well. Whatever feels easiest and most comfortable for you. Like I said, the goal here is to stretch that hip flexor because they tend to get really tight. We got 5 more seconds. We're gonna switch legs. And let's switch. You can also, if you need, you can put a pillow underneath your knee. I actually usually do that, so I'm gonna do that. I noticed on that first side that I was feeling that knee a little bit, so just get a little padding or whatever for your knee if you need it. Just breathe, stretch out those hips. Like I said, so many of us have tight hips, so it's important to include these hip flexor stretches. Plus, in all of our workouts, you're going to be working those hip flexors a lot, so it's important to stretch them and get them loose just so you move better, you feel better. People often have back pain too. They have tight hips, so it's good to stretch out those hips, reduce that back pain. 15 seconds. Then we are going into our couch stretch. We will go back to our right side and we'll be doing that couch stretch. 5 seconds. That stretch feels so nice. And switch. We're going to that couch stretch. Ideally right up against your couch. Right leg once again in the back. Try and get that knee as close to your couch as you can. But when you sit up or when you're sitting, you should feel that stretch on your thigh in that right leg. Or you can do your left leg first. It doesn't matter. We're just going to make sure we get in both sides. Those quads work really hard too, and all the squats and the lunges. So we got to stretch them bad boys out so they don't get tight. Plus, I don't know, like a quad stretch just feels so nice. If you have bad knees, it's important to stretch those quads. Sometimes those quads start to pull on your knees, so we need to keep those nice and loose just to keep those knees healthy, and your hips and your back and everything. We're breathing. If you don't have a couch, you can use a wall and put your leg up against that wall. You obviously can't go like this on the wall, but you can push on that front knee. And switch sides. Yeah, I like to have something underneath my knee for this stretch as well. The goal is to get that knee nice and close to the wall or couch, but ideally we're going to stretch that muscle right here in front. So just make sure you're getting a nice stretch there, whether you're using a couch or a wall, or you can even stand up and hold your leg as well if you want. If you don't have a surface like that, you can even just stand, hold your leg right here, push those hips forward. You're still going to feel that stretch in that leg. That feels so good. Next, after this, we have about 20 more seconds here. Just breathe and relax. If you feel your muscle loosening, feel free to push yourself back a little bit more, get a little deeper stretch. After this, we're going to go to some thoracic rotations. So we're going to be working that upper back, which once again, a lot of us sit and hunch forward, so we need to loosen up that back and switch. We're going into thoracic rotations. You'll be on all four, one hand behind your head, elbow in, and then we're just twisting up that elbow to the sky. We're going to do 30 seconds on each side. Twisting, rotating up, pulling that elbow back. You should feel that upper back, a nice little squeeze on the inside of your shoulder blade. And switch sides. Rotate up as far as you can. Turn this way. Just twisting, twisting. My thoracic rotation isn't the best from gymnastics, so I need to include these more starting today. Here we go. Twist, twist, twist. Feel that upper back working. Like I said, get that upper back loose because we sit a lot, don't have the best posture. And switch, we're going into child's pose. We're just gonna go forward for 20 seconds. Let yourself breathe, push those armpits to the floor. And then we're gonna go to the right for 20 seconds, and then we'll go to the left. Breathing, switch. Just let yourself relax into the floor. So feel the shoulder stretching, that lat right through here. Oh, so good. And switch. Next, we're going to our stomach. Yeah, I'm just throwing that out of the way. And we're going into scorpion. So arms out to the side. Just twisting. Woo. Those hips, that lower back. You can get a little chest stretch in there as well. Nice big twist. You can either choose to twist and put your foot flat on the ground, or if you want, you can twist and just reach that foot up to your hand. Either way, you're gonna get a nice stretch. I like just twisting and planting my foot on the floor. I don't know, personal preference. Just stretch as long as you need. You can hold it a little longer if your knee. Some of us have tighter sides, so it's good to hold it a little longer on that tight side. 3, 2, 1. Next, we're going into a seal stretch. So you can just choose to do that on the ground. Stretch those abs, a little more hip flexor stretch. If you guys want a little bit more of an intense stretch, you can put your feet up against a couch like this. Those legs right up against it. Or a wall. You'll feel those abs, those hip flexors, and get a little bit more of that quad on the front. going all the way up through my abs. So good. Just breathe. Let yourself sink in. If that's too intense too, you can always go on your elbows. That will reduce it a little bit as well. And even just your elbows on the floor will be the least intense variation. But as you feel comfortable, you can push up onto your feet. We got 5 seconds. And we are done. I don't know, some people choose to lay on the ground when they're done. So if you just feel the need to just lay there for a few seconds or minutes or whatever, focus on your breathing. Just let yourself relax a little bit. Take as long as you need. I'm gonna turn this video off, but if you guys wanna lay there for a few minutes, lay as long as you need, or I guess as you can. If you need to take a little nap, yeah, that actually sounds really nice right about now. But great job for making time for this 10-minute recovery workout. It was good. I feel so much better now. Incorporate this as much as you can. You can do it on your rest and recovery days, or you can do it on your training days. It's always good to get in that recovery. I know you're working out hard and you're pushing it, so it's important to recover just as hard. Thanks for joining today's recovery workout, and I look forward to seeing you back for our next session together.